Yeah, thank you very much to DCT Abu Dhabi for having us back as well. You guys always put on a good show, always good supports as well. We have a great afternoon ahead. Before we get to the weigh-ins, we've got 3 very special guests. I need your help, folks. I need you to make them feel very special, very welcome. They've already had an incredible time in Abu Dhabi. Let's make it even more special for them right now. Couple of housekeeping things. I'm going to kick things off with these guys. I have that privilege, so I'll get a couple of questions going. While I'm doing that, there are 2 microphones on the left and right side of the building. Please, as soon as you can, get lined up so that I can get you guys involved, so you can get your questions asked to the fighters. There are tickets still available. Please go to Ticketmaster for those. And with that, you're going to help me welcome these fighters. First up, he had a fantastic win in Paris. Please welcome to the stage the sniper, Nassourdine Imavov.
Put the green in the bag like a lawnmower. Pour back like a cornrow. Extra in the stash like a console. Listening to Bono, you listen to Dono. What the bro? Where the love go? Swizzy, he the shit.
Next to the stage, big warm welcome. He is the number 3 light heavyweight in the world. He is Blackjack Carlos Ulberg.
To the unknown. Only way he coming back is through. Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the go.
And finally, the next man is the former UFC welterweight champion, the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Let's go, come on, keep it going, keep it going. Let's get some noise until he gets in his seats. Thank you very much, thank you. Great to have these guys here. Carlos, you're messing up my order here, brother. I'll get told off if we don't have it that way. Good to see you, bro. All right. If you don't mind, fellas, I'm going to start with Kamaru, who's just joined us on stage. I'm liking the shades, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, we were just talking backstage. You haven't had downtime in Abu Dhabi before. It's always been a business trip. Can you tell us what the difference is like for someone that comes to this part of the world for a business trip as opposed to what you got going on this week?
I love it, being here in Abu Dhabi, also all in the UAE. The 2 previous times I've been here, I've had to compete. First time in the bubble, which I'm sure that sucked for everybody, being locked in a hotel room and competing. And then the second time was, 2 years ago when I had to come here on short notice versus Hamza. So now getting a chance to see the country, see the people, I love it. I love the infrastructure here.
You also have been doing, I think that deserves a round of applause for sure. A little bit of TV work this week with some of the guys from my neck of the woods back in the UK as well. I love to see it, but that is, of course, only a little bit of the broadcasting stuff you're doing these days. How much are you enjoying that side of your life now?
A little bit, but I still enjoy punching people in the face. So I like that a little bit more.
I feel like you just said that as a warning to me to make sure my questions are okay. Maybe, right? Maybe.
I tried to take your job this morning.
Emotional win versus Buckley last time out. Using some of your words that you've said, you had to climb a mountain to get back in there. From a personal standpoint, where does that victory stack up against the other great wins that you've had?
It was a good one because, when like these guys up here, like Nassourdine and Carlos, when you're really ramping up and you're on that wave, each win starts to be a booster, a confidence booster. So it starts to give you that belief in yourself that you've done the work and that you have what it takes to be the champion and for a long, long time. And so, which is a great thing to have. But then once you start to really put in the miles on your body and then you suffer a defeat, it kind of puts that into question a little bit. And so being able to take time off, which I hadn't done in, 20 years of my athletic career, being able to take a little time off, work on whatever I needed to work on and come back and still compete with some of the top in the division, it was a real emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, we definitely saw that in the post-fight press conference. And you did an article with MMA Fighting, or rather they wrote an article with you. And you've got a roadmap of what you want before you kind of move on to the next stage of your career. Just remind us of what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure well, the real fans out there could agree that what would be left and spectacular for me to go out is to go out there, win the welterweight title, leave it, and move up middleweight and take that title as well. No offense, Nassourdine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a little competition up here. I forgot I'd opened the door to that one. Yeah, I like it. Thank you, Kamaru. I'm going to leave a little bit of food on the table for these guys to ask you in a second, but I'll move on to Carlos. Carlos, you've been doing quite a few challenges out here in Abu Dhabi. I know that you guys are super competitive. They did some racing, some climbing. So how are you stacking up against the other guys? You got some wins, or you taken a couple of L's this week?
No, we've got the dubs, but it's been nice to be able to do that. But then also see a bit of the country, or travel a bit and see around what we've got around, the culture, the people, and just the energy. The energy here is amazing. It's powerful. So just to be involved with the whole thing, just to be involved with this whole thing is it's a blessing. So yeah, it's just nice to be able to connect with everything and everyone.
Yeah. Recent win. So let's have big congratulations to Carlos on his last win as well. That was huge against Dominic Reyes. Round one, little bit of bonus change in your pocket as well. And you got to fight a little closer to home too. I mean, that main event spot though, how different was that for you? What was it like being the man on the poster?
Yeah, I mean, the question was, could I handle that? Could I take the pressure with such a short notice for me, coming off the injury that I had? And taking that fight, so that was what we were battling with during the time, and we got it. We got the job done. We handled business, and to have it done the way we did it was amazing. With the crowd that we had was perfect. It being so close to home, and my family were there. Everything was just worked out perfectly.
Love it. Again, I'm going to leave some of the other questions to the fans. Someone else who had a great win this summer, Nassourdine Imavov. What a great performance that was against Caio Borralho. Congratulations on that win. You looked super confident. The whole team, coach, yourself. It was a bad night for the Brazilians. The French did super well. It was an absolute privilege to be there. Now that fight is done, how are you feeling? What are you feeling should be the next step in your career? I think we have some translators here for you. They didn't get this man a microphone?
I can do it.
Oh, okay.
Я на русский переведу, да, Насурдин? Была отличная победа у тебя в Париже. Это была плохая ночь для всех бразильцев. Они там не совсем хорошо себя показали. Но у тебя была отличная победа. Какие сейчас ощущения после того, как ты вышел на такую победную серию?
Хорошо себя чувствую, как всегда, после победы. Маленькие травмы есть пока. It's me, no, it's not me. It's okay? Okay. Так, маленькие есть травмы. Сейчас я их лечу. Ну, в общем, хорошо себя чувствую, пока отдыхаю. И скоро уже начну опять подготовку.
I feel great, thank you. I have some small injuries that I'm working on, just making sure that those have gone away and worked on, and feel much better and hoping to be back soon.
There's been a lot of activity around the middleweight division, some fights that we haven't been able to see happen, then some that we did as well. What did you think of what you saw recently and how the top of the middleweight division looks?
Вообще в твоем весе сейчас происходит небольшое движение, какие-то бои, которые должны были случиться, уже случились, какие-то еще нет. Как ты думаешь, как сейчас выглядит средний вес?
Как сейчас выглядит? Для меня очень хорошо. Я знаю, что следующий бой я буду биться за пояс. Я уже доказал, уже все доказал, все, что нужно, чтобы получить этот пояс. И вот так просто сейчас надо ждать, и для меня все отлично.
As for me, the middleweight division looks really great. I know, but my next fight is going to be for the belt. For now, I know there has to be a little bit of weight, but I've shown myself, I've proved myself. I don't think there's anybody who can dispute that I'm the next challenger. So just a little bit of weight, and I'm fighting for the title.
Love it. Okay, I'm just about wrapping up my bit here. It's time to get involved, people. I'm going to go to this side of the room, please. If you can just introduce yourself and then fire away with your question.
I'm Nahyan, and I'm from Liverpool. I've got a question for Kamaru Usman. Do you feel a little bit aggrieved that at one point there was 3 African champions holding the belts, but even that didn't get a card over in Africa? And is there an African fighter that we should look out for in the future? And also for Imavov, you're obviously next for the belt. Is there a specific venue that you want to fight Hamza at?
Yes, I mean, it's a little tough because we would have liked to do something as massive as that, as going back to Africa and really being the first to groundbreak the UFC in Africa. But unfortunately, you know, on the other side of the sport now is promoting as well. I understand that it's a lot of logistics that go into play when you're breaking into a new country and a new territory. So unfortunately, we didn't get that done, but you know, I'm still here. I still got some tread in this tire. So hopefully in the next couple of years, we can do something like that. And of course, you know, I'm also on the forefront of promoting as well with my promotion in AKO, which is you know, all African league right now, and trying to really promote and build some of these fighters that we can potentially get in the UFC. But to your last point, the fighters, African fighters to watch out for, I think Atiba right now is you know, looking phenomenal. Just a start just as impressive as Francis Ngannou start in the UFC. It's almost like right on track with that. So, you know, that's a guy that's impressive right now to watch.
Nassourdine, une question pour toi. Du coup, ton prochain combat contre Khamzat, est-ce qu'il y a un endroit idéal où tu aimerais que ça se passe?
Un endroit idéal, peu importe, comme j'ai dit, tout ce que je veux, c'est la ceinture. Et je me suis entraîné dur pour ça. Et voilà, peu importe.
It doesn't matter the place, you know. Like I said, I've been training really hard for that, and doesn't matter where. The only thing I want is the belt, and that's it.
All right, going to kick it over to this side of the room. The man in the black T-shirt, introduce yourself and fire away.
Jamel Pierce from Sydney, Australia. My question is for Carlos here. Mate, I run a promotion in Australia, fighting promotion called the Hood Contender, if you're familiar. I just want to know your message to any of the boys that are struggling with a bit of dedication and whatnot to keep going with their career.
What's it? The Hood?
The Hood Contender. We are a little bit of a backyard.
Oh, nice.
You know the one?
I don't actually.
Instagram it.
I will. You know what it is. I mean, I love my fellow people from Australia. We all, whenever we travel abroad, we always stick together. So all big love to you guys.
We were there in Perth to witness your knockout too. Congrats, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Carlos, one of his points was, what would you say to a fighter that was struggling with that, just getting out the blocks and like getting things going, putting things together?
Yeah, just sticking to what you're good at, but then also I think the biggest thing for me was learning off just anyone, just watching, people watching, or even just doing the hard work, which is study and make it your craft.
The stuff out of the gym. Thank you.
Nice one.
Yes, bro.
Thank you very much. Back over to this side, the gentleman in the grey T-shirt, your name and your question.
Hi, my name is Jayesh. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate Usman on all your success over these years. You've clearly done a lot in the sport. And secondly, what are the odds that you'll be a part of the White House event?
That's a question.
I don't know. I think good odds, because plan is, hopefully, fingers crossed, after this fight in the next couple of weeks with Islam and JDM, hopefully the winner of that's going to want to take downtime. If it's Islam, Ramadan's coming, so we're going to want to sit for a couple of months, and so White House should be a perfect time to get back in there. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I'm aiming for the title, so whoever it is.
Sorry, can I quickly come down and get a picture with you as well?
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Before, on the way out.
Yeah, can we do that when we wrap the questions? Yeah. By all means. I just want to keep this going for now. But thank you. Over to this side, your name, sir, and your question.
I'm Jay from England. My question is, in a theoretical world, if you had a mixed martial arts fight with a tag team partner for all three fighters, who would your partner be and why?
We'll come to Nassourdine first.
Can he repeat the question, please?
Yeah, the question was, if it was an MMA fight and they could have a tag team partner, who would it be?
One, only one?
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, just one.
Si tu devais avoir un partenaire pour un combat en équipe, du coup, en MMA, qui ce serait ton partenaire?
L'équipe, si on prend les combattants UFC ou c'est quoi? Après,
Ce que tu veux.
j'ai des très bons partenaires, déjà avec qui je m'entraîne. Un partenaire d'entraînement, Ahmed Salamov, qui est un excellent lutteur. En striking, j'ai mon grand frère et puis d'autres bons strikers.
I will take my team, you know. I will take my older brother. I will take my sparring partner, Ahmed Salamov, and that's it.
Okay, I like it. Carlos, who are you taking into the octagon?
I'd like to bring back Kevin Jusey, if you know of the guy. He's a Kiwi fighter who was just released, but he's amazing. He's an amazing MMA fighter, and he had a great knowledge of MMA.
Your French friend down here as well just enjoyed that. Just enjoyed that one. Kamaru, who are you taking into the octagon with you?
I'm going to make it easy for you guys. I'm taking Francis Ngannou or Tom Aspinall, either one. I'll let them do the work, and I'll just sit back.
Nice one. Coming over to you, sir, in the black T-shirt. Your name and your question.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zlaith, and my question for Uthman. Uthman, who is your favorite UFC fighter?
Right now, the big thing with me is coming up in the sport. I wanted to learn, so I'm such a fan of the sport. And I'm a fan of some of these new guys. Well, not new, but like Nassourdine Imavov sitting up here. I'm a fan of his work. I'm a fan of how he's growing as a mixed martial artist. I'm a fan of Ilia Topuria. I think right now one of the most exciting guys to watch. Atiba. Just a bunch of guys. I'm just a fan of the sport.
Could I take photo with you, please?
Sure. Also, at the end, yes.
Old school favorites, Usman. Who are you going with? Like legends, little veterans of the game.
Veterans of the game, favorite. I would say it was always a mix. Rashad Evans and Anderson Silva.
Yeah, that's two good choices right there. Love it. Coming over to you, sir. Your name and your question.
Hi, my name is Abdi. I'm from Seattle, Washington. My question is for Usman. So you and Bilal Muhammad have had a lot of beef on social media. You guys did a lot of back and forth, and you had a lot to say about him on your podcast. Why are you not getting in the octagon with him instead of Ian?
Well, we didn't have a lot of back and forth. It was just a lot coming from him. I just think he's a dork. And, what you do with dork is you ignore them. And this is a question. I like that question. This is the thing is, for someone like myself and Bilal Muhammad, right now Bilal Muhammad is ranked what? Number 1 in the division, and I'm below him. I'm looking at the title. I've been where he hasn't been. Yes, of course he's been the champion, but we saw what happened when it was time for you to defend. And so I have nothing to gain from fighting Bilal Muhammad. He has all to gain. That's why he's the one calling me out. He has all to gain from me. I'm not here to waste time. I want to get the title, and I want to continue on my track of defending and being that champion again. Why waste time with him? If I have the title and he's the next guy, I would luckily kick his head in.
I respect it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to the right side microphone. Your name and question, please.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sam. I'm from Prague, Czech Republic. I've got 2 questions. Both are for Carlos Ulberg. And my first question is, how do you think the title picture in light heavyweight is going to play out? And would you take another contenders fight, for example, with Yuri Prohaska?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just staying sharp in the gym. I'm just staying sharp, keeping my tools sharp. And when the UFC call, I'll be there. Whether it would be for the title contender with either Yuri, or to fight for the belt itself with Alex Pereira, that'll be perfect. That'll be the perfect matchup for me. I think that's what the fans want to see, is fresh blood in the division. I think that's what the division needs, is someone new, someone different, someone they haven't seen before to fight for their title.
Appreciate it. And the second question is, Shama or no Shama?
Always Shama, brother. No worries. Always
Shama!
Kicking it back over to this side. Yes, sir, your name and question.
Hello, I'm Amr, and my question is for Kamaru Usman. So my question is, what's harder, becoming champion or being a champion?
I mean, I think this is
No.
yeah,
No, actually, being a champion or staying a champion?
becoming a champion or staying a champion. For me, I would say staying a champion because starting to each and every defense, keeping your mindset as I'm trying to get something. I'm trying to get this title as opposed to where I'm trying to defend the title. Because if you're defensive, we all know as fighters, if you're in a defensive posture, you're letting the attack happen to you. You're trying to defend yourself from it. But if you're attacking on the offensive, then more spectacular things happen. So I would say it's defending that title.
Can I have a second on that one? Yeah. I'm certainly not going to disagree with you there, but what if you know what attack is coming? Because when you're the champ, you kind of know who you got to face, right? Whereas on the way up, there's always this kind of jostling for position to try and get there.
That's true. You know that, but the crazy thing about this and why we love this sport is anything can happen. Even if you know you're going to whip someone for 24 minutes and then get kicked in the head in the last minute. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Gotcha. Great question. Thank you very much. Going to throw it over to this side. Your name and question, please, sir.
Hi, I'm Naeem. My question is for Kamaru Usman. First, I want to say thank you for stepping in 2 years early on short notice. I was at that card, and we were looking forward to that fight, and so thankful that you saved it. My question is about how do you deal with trash talk? So you fought Colby and like Masvidal, who always like chat loads of shit. So they're saying like, they call you Marty Fake Newsman, Marty Snoozman. So how does that affect you in your fight, or does it at all?
Not so much, and I think that's a question we could ask these guys as well. For me, it's when I know I've done the work in the gym and I've put in countless times of training, trash talk is something that just kind of adds to the game. And now, obviously, I understand it more than most because I've been through it to where trash talk, especially in this sport, equals dollars in the bank as pay-per-view when you're the champion. So it's learning to understand that and just kind of let it roll, but not letting it deter you from all the work that you've put in. And we could even ask Nassourdine as well and Carlos.
Yeah, let's ask Nassourdine. He's on the subject of trash talking. Caio Borralho is definitely trying to get inside the mind of Nassourdine, and also we've seen like with Chris Curtis as well. I definitely feel like there's been a maturity about his work, but how has Nassourdine, how has he faced off against trash talk in the lead up to a fight?
C'est quoi ton rapport au trash talk? Comment tu gères ça? On a vu au fur et à mesure de ta carrière, là on l'a vu dans ton dernier combat notamment avec Caio, tout ce qui s'est passé. On l'a vu aussi avec Chris Curtis où tu avais des moments sanguins. Donc est-ce que c'est naturel? Est-ce que c'est quelque chose de préparé? Comment tu manages ça?
Trash talk en soi, ça, comme j'ai toujours dit, ça me dérange pas. C'est pas quelque chose qui me dérange. C'est ce qui va derrière, les insultes, tout ça. Je suis complètement contre. Moi, je respecte chacun de mes adversaires. Maintenant, quand on m'attaque, je suis un peu obligé de riposter, que ça soit dans la cage ou en dehors. Je vais dominer partout. Donc voilà. Sinon, en général, le trash talking, rien de mal.
You know, I'm not against it, you know. I'm not the one that will start the trash talking, but as soon as someone offends me, you know, I will be attacking him, you know, and that's what I've done with Caio, that's what I've done with Chris Curtis before. And I know it's part of the game. That's not my thing to initiate it, but as soon as someone is trying to provoke me, I will answer. And the thing is, there is a limit you need to find, you know, because sometimes when you speak about family or other things, you know, it's disrespect. It's not trash talk. So I think fighters should understand that there are limits on this trash talk. And then, you know, you can do whatever you want for entertainment, but don't disrespect people because I hate it.
Thank you. Carlos, have you had to encounter a great deal of trash talk in your time as a fighter?
Luckily, not in the light heavyweight division. I think a lot of us we save it all for the octagon. But I mean, it is part of the game, the entertainment side of what it is. And just like Nassourdine, like I don't start it, but I think later down the track it may happen. For me, I've just been focused on getting myself to this point, and I'm here now. I'm in this top 3 now, and I know eventually it's going to happen, whether it be directed at me or I'm going to be directing at someone to get that shot or to retain the title.
All right, like it. And thank you for taking over there, Kamaru. I can see what you're saying about taking my job. Good work, good work. Throwing it over to this side of the building, your question, your name as well. Thank you.
My name's Rahul. I'm from India. I'm a big, massive fan of UFC. It's my first live event, so I love it here. The question is for Kamaru Usman. I'm a big fan, sir. You've been one of the most dominant champions for the longest time, and we love the reign. We saw every fight, everything. But what did you learn about yourself after you lost the title?
It's a good question. I think there's a famous quote by Ali, or phrase, when he was talking, and he said, when you're making that way back, he's just a little bit more dangerous because you're seasoned. His jaw's been broke. He's been down. He's had some losses. That makes you a very, very dangerous guy, because to get back up from a loss and say, I'm going to work harder to get back here or get back to the top is incredible. And it just proves how resilient one can be, and that championship mindset can be as well. And I'm sure these guys can attest to that, because we've all suffered a loss. And look at these guys, they're back up here at the top of the division, so I'm sure they could kind of speak to that.
Yeah, Carlos, you were reignited after you suffered a loss in the octagon. What was it about that experience that you can be reflective about?
Yeah, I think I was winning until I wasn't, right? And for me, it was like the adrenaline dump and being so new and put in the deep end pretty quick. I came in pretty green. I was a kickboxer that just got put into it during COVID, and those times were crazy where they were just like, hey, jump in here, let's do it. We made the decision to just go in and put our eggs in that one basket and see what comes from it. And unfortunately, I got that loss, but you know what was cool was Dana came to the back, and I love the guy. He came to the back, he was like, hey, this was before the fights had even, the event had ended. And he cheered me up. He was like, that was a 50K bonus. So I got the 50K bonus. That sparked everything too. But not only that, it was just that loss that was like, I'm not invincible. There's so much to learn in this game, and that was the spark that I needed to so it was a blessing in disguise.
Nassourdine, I know that when you suffered some defeat, you made a lot of changes, which I think we can all agree have been very positive for you. So can you talk about that experience of losing inside the octagon, but then turning that negative into a positive?
On l'a expérimenté chez toi, Nas, avec tout ton changement, où tu as tourné les défaites en quelque chose de positif, en remaniant tout autour de toi. Qu'est-ce que tu peux nous dire à propos de ça?
Du changement qu'il y a eu autour de moi, ça.
Le fait de rebondir après une défaite et de reconstruire pour être meilleur.
J'ai compris que tout était là, tout était dans la tête. Tant que tu es bien dans la tête, tout se passe bien. Si tu vois que tu n'es pas au bon endroit ou que voilà, qu'il y a un changement à faire, faut se lancer. C'est un gros risque, mais voilà, la vie c'est un risque, et j'ai fait ce changement-là, et aujourd'hui tout se passe super bien pour moi.
You know, I understood something very important is that everything is in your head, you know. And when you feel comfortable in your head and you feel good with your environment, then you will be good inside the cage. So that's why I took a big risk, you know. I changed everything around myself, and it's a big risk, but life is a big risk also. And I made this choice, I took this risk, and I construct around myself everything after my defeats. And now you can see the results. You know, you need to take risk in life, and you mainly need to surround yourself with the right people. That's very important to perform at the highest level.
Great question. Thank you very much. I'm going to kick it over to this side. Your name and your question, please.
Hi, I'm Alex from Spain. Question for Kamaru. So I remember a couple of years ago in the Joe Rogan Experience, you mentioned that every man has a certain amount of dog inside of him that you lose steadily with every war that you have in the octagon. After the career that you've had and all the wars you've been in, do you think you have enough of that dog inside of you to reclaim the title and defend it? especially comparing yourself to maybe some other guys who are newer and fresher psychologically?
That's a great question. I think that's the answer that I'm trying to answer myself. I think it's I'm very rational in being honest with myself and my abilities. And before the last performance, I was honest with my abilities and honest with you guys about what I can still do, but I was still the underdog. People, kind of doubted that. And so, same here. I feel that I still have enough left to go out there and capture that title and potentially defend it. But time will tell.
Love it. Looking forward to finding out. Let's kick it over to this side of the room. Your name and your question, please.
Hi, my name is David. I am from Russia and Armenian. First of all, I want to say thank you to UFC for these opportunities to see great fights and talk with legendary fighters. And I want to ask a question for Kamaru Usman. Kamaru, you definitely fighter with high IQ, and I want to ask your opinion about Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan, he's the first contender of lightweight division. What do you think about his skills, and if he will fight with Ilya Topuria, how will fight go?
It's a good question. I think there's a few. Like I said, I'm a fan of the sport. There's a few fighters right now that I think have grown so much, especially with the fight IQ, and that means making the right decision at the right time. Arman Tsarukyan is definitely at the top of that list. Also, Nassourdine Imavov, I believe, is at the top of that list as well. In the decisions that they're making, how poised they are in there, how they're able to control the fight. Now, for a fight like Arman and Ilya, it's very hard to doubt Ilya because everything he said that he was going to do, he's done, correct? So who are we to say now you're a liar, that you can't beat that guy, you can't defeat that guy? So, for me, I think it's going to be an incredible fight. It's one of the most anticipated fights that I would want to see as well. Also with Nassourdine Imavov and Khamzat Chimaev, that's a highly anticipated fight. Or Ilya versus Justin Gaethje. These are three fights that I want to see 2026.
Great. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great experience this week. Kicking over to this side, your name and your question, please.
My name is Karam, and my question is for Kamaru. If you could make a dream team of 3 UFC fighters for a street fight, who'd make the team?
Right now?
Right now.
Jeez.
Or of all time. All time.
Okay. No, that's harder. All time, there's so many guys.
We could do present.
Okay, let's do present. Right now, I would say Tom Aspinall for one. I'll let him
He's
do a lot
a
of the
nice
work.
guy for a street fight. Come on. We still have him, though. Big old boy.
Yeah. Tom Aspinall. Coming down the list, I would say probably Alex Pereira as well. And I would say, maybe Nassourdine Imavov.
Oh, hello.
Guys that like to throw hands.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. Coming to this side of the building, your name and your question, please.
Oh, hello. My name is Rin from Nairobi, Kenya, and I have a question for Usman and Carlos Ulberg. First, Ulberg, after Alex Pereira reclaimed the strap for light heavyweight, and there are talks of him moving to heavyweight. Which matchup do you prefer, you versus Pereira or you versus Iri for the vacant belt?
Yeah, I think that's the question that everyone's asking right now is, and I think that question in itself is, we don't know where it's heading right now, and I think in the next coming weeks, we'll soon know. But for me, I personally would want to fight Pereira. If you beat someone like Pereira, then that means you're the man, and that's why I'm in this game, is to make sure I'm at the top and to state your legacy. That's it.
And Usman, how do you think the fight in November will play out? Islam versus JDM in the MSG. How do you think it will play out?
It's a very, very intriguing fight. JDM is growing at a rapid pace, and we all know what Islam possesses, and we know how good Islam is. And so I'm intrigued about that fight. I don't think, because I feel like some people are kind of, initially when that fight was being announced, people were like, oh, this Islam's gonna do this, Islam's gonna take care of him, or JDM's too big. I think now we're starting to understand that that fight's gonna be a lot closer than we think.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. We've got time
Could I
for
get a picture with you guys?
Sure, at the end.
Thank
Yes.
3 more questions left, so I'm going to go each side of the room again. Shoot, go for it. Your name and your question. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Kareem, and I have a question for Kamaru Usman. My question is, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
It would be just to stay consistent, because that's truly the only way for you to measure progress is consistency.
I think we're going to go around the store.
And we can ask,
Yeah, I think, Carlos, a piece of advice to your younger self.
Yeah, just I guess playing off this, but I'll give something else is learning. Just keep learning off anyone and everyone. Like, you can sift anything and what someone might say to you. You can sift whatever it is, take in what you want, and what you feel like is trash for you, leave that there and take in whatever you can.
Si tu avais un conseil au jeune Nassourdine aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce que tu lui dirais?
De jamais lâcher, que la patience c'était très important parce qu'il faudrait être très patient. Et puis c'est un sport très dur, il faut être fort mentalement et de jamais rien lâcher.
The secret is to not give up, to be patient and to never give up, As soon as you don't give up, you will succeed, and that's it.
Thank you very much. To the young man in the black t-shirt.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Your name and your question.
I'm Yusuf, and I have a question for Kamaru. Quick question. How does it feel being the greatest welterweight of all time?
Thank you, I appreciate that. I mean, it's good. I mean, that's just, hearing that from the fans and the people is just goes to say that, while you were here, you took advantage of doing the good work, and it feels great. And hopefully I feel one of these two gentlemen, hopefully by the time they're done with their careers, they're going to feel that as well.
And also, can I get a photo with you?
Of course.
Coming over to this side of the building, I think this is our last question, so let's make it a good one, no pressure. Go for it. Your name and your question, please.
Hello, my name's Abbas. I have a question for Kamaru Usman. Who is your toughest opponent in the UFC, and what made that fight so challenging?
My toughest opponent in the UFC, I would say, Kobe. Because that first fight with Kobe, I hadn't dealt with so much trash talk, so much the negative energy. Of course, when you're going into each and every fight, it's a tough one. You want to go out there, you want to be victorious, but that fight brought out the fighter in me, because from the opening bell, I said, I don't care what happens in here tonight. I am trying to hurt this guy. And it wasn't necessarily using fight IQ. I think towards the end of that fight, I started to put it together, but the first 4 rounds was, all right, I'm going to hit you, you're going to hit me, but you're going to fall down first. And that's a question I would like these guys.
Yeah. Let's go down the line. Carlos, your toughest opponent.
Yeah, for me, I think the toughest to prepare for, the preparation, I guess, is the thing is, because when you're in the gym, having your camp for whether it be 8 to 12 weeks, it's preparing for that particular fighter. And for me, it was Jan Blachowicz. He is a tough fighter. He's a very game opponent. He's been the champ before, and he's got the experience on his hands. So he was someone that we had to make sure we had a good game plan against.
Donc moi, l'adversaire que j'ai eu le plus dur, c'était Adesanya. Malgré que ça se finit au deuxième round, premier round, il avait un bon coup d'œil, très vif. D'ailleurs, pour tous ceux qui disent qu'il est fini, il n'est pas fini du tout. J'ai senti très fort, et puis le combat le plus dur, c'était mon premier combat à l'UFC. C'était le plus dur.
I would say my toughest opponent was easy, Adesanya, because people can say whatever they want, I felt it, and I knew in the first round how fast he was and, how smart he was. And I think my toughest fight was the first one when I entered the UFC. You come to the big league, you have big challenge.
Great stuff. Thank you, everyone. We got to wrap this up. I'm really sorry. Thank you all for your great questions. Thank you very much to our warriors up here who gave some really considered answers as well. Nassourdine Imavov, Carlos Ulberg, and Kamaru Usman. Thank you very much. Stick around for the weigh-ins for UFC 321.